What's up, everybody? It's Dino.
Hey, what's going on?
Woo!
You know, I'm trying to be a little more professional about my openings. I feel like the yelling and the noises are a little, a little 18-year-old-ish.
I'm keeping the yelling.
Oh yeah? Well, I mean, I'll let one out, like, I'll do it like when it's the professionalism will come in, because I'll still let them out, but it'll be let out in a more professional way.
Like,
you know what I mean?
What up, everybody? Like that?
No. It's still gonna be the same thing, but it'll apply more to what's happening.
Oh, I thought you meant like throw out your voice and like nearly die from it.
Dang, no, why would I do that?
I don't know.
So here we are, destroying going to destroy some vehicles while Dino takes me for a ride.
Yeah. And
because look at him, he's all glowy. He's like he's doing the whole Cirque du Soleil thing.
We got.
God dang, dude! If we didn't have an armored car, what would we do?
We would be halfway dead.
Yeah, of course. You gotta live life on the edge.
Yeah, we're back with some more broken play. Get out of the road! Bastard came out of nowhere.
Oh, dude. So we're back and we're gonna be talking about a few things here. So what do we got?
Today we're gonna talk about last week's Let's Talk About It games, and if you guys been keeping up, we brought back Let's Talk About It, talking about new games, and we did 5 last week. They were let me see if I can remember this. Ready? Bloodstained.
Joyride.
You gotta do it in order. Bloodstained, Laser League. Last Day of June, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, and Ace Combat 7. Looks like we're going down here. And
yeah, it looks like it. I saw that. I'm like, oh, chauffeur, we're taking the subway.
And I out of those 5, I picked 2 of them that I really liked.
I really don't care about any of those except for Dragon Ball Z, to be honest. Oh, and Ace Combat.
That is one of mine. Ace Combat. I'm excited for that. Or sorry, not Ace Combat, Ace Combat, Dragon Ball.
I was gonna say, I was actually looking at Laser League because it looked interesting at first, and then once I kind of saw more gameplay and just saw more of what it is, I lost interest. So
I didn't. That actually got me more interested.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Laser League is my second game. I'm excited for that one.
See, I think the biggest problem for me is that in order for me to like a game, there has to be a certain level of intricacy. So, like, if it's just a random arcade fun game, unless I'm playing it with friends, I'm not really interested in it. And, like, that game definitely is like a friend playing game, in which I'll play it, if it's there and it's available. I'll play it right then and there, but I'm just not interested in it unless my friends are playing it. That's that kind of game.
Yeah.
You know? Whereas Dragon Ball Z and like Ace Combat, those 2 games I think are definitely games that I'm interested in personally, just because of Ace Combat flight simulator, and Japanese like story, and I don't know, it's just for me I definitely gravitate to those 2 games.
Yeah.
And Dragon Ball Z, I'm just a big fighting game fan, so I love, and then of course it's it's Dragon Ball, man. What else do I have to say about that?
The cool thing about the Dragon Ball game is it's like a 4-button combo. It's kind of going back to what you're talking about.
Right, slow down here.
And another thing is they went to the source material, and basically most of those action sequences come from like the manga and the anime.
Are you talking about you're talking about Dragon Ball?
Yeah, all poses and all that. Which is pretty cool. Like they went on like accuracy. So when you see some, where are these guys? Why are there a bunch of reds?
You just left.
What's going on?
Holy moly! Hold on.
My vehicle was destroyed.
Were you there?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you were there.
What's going on? Were we destroying these?
Yeah, this says right there, destroy vehicles.
I told you, I don't know what's going on.
You gotta read. Just read it. It says right there, destroy vehicles.
Anyway, so I thought that was really cool, and like I was looking more into it, and it's basically gonna be one of those really intense, like Street Fighter kind of games where there's gonna be those diehards that are gonna play it forever, and be amazing at it, and they're gonna come up with some badass videos.
Actually, no. This one. So yeah, you're right. There will be diehards, but this one's actually a little more mainstreamed as for a fighting game, which is not a bad thing. It just means that it'll be accessible to more players, but the people who are good at it will still be really good at it, so that won't change. But the way the game works is a little more accessible, which is part of what Guilty Gear's thing is that it's a fighting game that's not so intricate that that people can't just pick it up and play it. You know what I mean? So and that's who the makers are of this game. So I'm excited for for when people, because people, especially people that don't really know fighting games or don't really play fighting games, they're gonna definitely want to play this game because it's Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
it's the theme,
and I'm one of them. I don't like those kind of fighting games, but I will play this game because it's got it just looks fantastic. Like it looks amazing, and it's exactly what they wanted. They wanted people that love fighting games and play that type of franchise to want to play this, and also people that love Dragon Ball Z and don't like it but are willing to come in and learn it.
No,
I mean, it's not going to be my game I'm going to play a lot. Once I kind of get the hang of it and enjoy it, I don't know if I'm really going to be, practicing or playing online. But it will be like entertaining to play. But for Laser League, I kind of will be playing that quite a bit because it's kind of like a chess game with lasers and lights. And there's a lot of cool stuff that's about like the background for Laser League. It was in development actually before that Ollie game that they also made. This whole thing was like created off a simple concept, almost like Pong, where it's like a line and a dot. And then it's just evolved from there. And I saw that there's like six classes of character, and it's become one of those. It's going to be one of those, like, if you can get. It reminded me of Korra from the last Avatar, where they did that like cool 3 versus 3 Avatar.
That game sucked.
Oh, I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about the show.
Oh.
But like they did 3-on-3 like benders. And this is kind of that concept to me where it's like it's 3-on-3. But yeah, like you say, like it's one of those, if you don't really have your friends to play with, it's not going to be as fun compared to actually beasting it up with them.
No, and it doesn't. And like a lot of the problems that I find with these games is that they don't have like they don't have online multiplayer. I don't know why.
Well, Laser League is nothing but multiplayer.
Yeah, supposedly we'll see how that actually plays out because well there's been a couple games where they're like local multiplayer, but then online just doesn't really pan out because of the way it is, or because it's just not easy to find people. That sucks, man.
Well,
so I hope it's
like there's gonna be a closed beta for the Dragon Ball game in the summer. I don't know how to get into that. I won't try to. And then there's going to be it's the other game, Laser League. It hasn't even like been out to the public, but it's going to be early access on PC in the summer, which is cool if they continue that. Like if they keep going the route they're going, they're going to use early access the way it's supposed to be used by actually taking in feedback, adjusting it constantly. By the sound of the way these guys are going, like a lot of the interviews, they're talking to developers saying like, oh, did you expect this to be like an amazing esport game? And they said, well, when we made this, esport wasn't a thing, and we really don't care for that, like esports, whatever. We want a game that we want to play.
Wait, who said what game? What, this is Dragon Ball?
No, Laser League.
Oh, okay.
I was telling you.
I was gonna say esports has been a thing for a while now, so I don't know what they're talking about.
They're talking about like this game was an idea and concept in like 2003.
You know what though, man? Like esports, when we started, esports wasn't a thing. Like they're saying they've been developing this concept, if not this game, for that long.
For this game, but they don't care about esports. They care about their game. It's everyone that's like, this is a game that looks like it's perfect for esports. Like the interviewers are mentioning that, and they themselves as developer are like, no, like we don't. That's not our focus. We played this game because we love this game. So I was like, that kind of got me kind of hopeful for the game and the developer. Like they actually are focusing on their game. They don't care about, you know, the actual popularity of how it's gonna do. And during one of this is all E3 footage that I finally am able to watch. I've been waiting on watching these footage until we watched the game on it. So now I'm at that point where I'm like, yes, I finally have all the information I've been looking for. But like a lot of the like the one-on-one time that they did, you just hear the commotion in the background of all the people like just super into the game. I was like, this is one of those games where it's going to be intense moments. You know, if you guys are all together, it'd just be like a shit talking storm. Are these guys bad guys?
Yeah, these guys are bad guys. We're gonna steal the little blue dot. So, I'm actually like, you know, the games like these, I always like, I'm such a nostalgic person, and I hate it when there's a game that kind of reminds me of like a good time, like, and I can't have it, you know, like I can't have that good time anymore. So like in this case for me, any kind of game where I have a multiplayer and I'm fighting people or I'm doing things, I always go back to like, okay, but what did this better, you know? And like, even if it's not even within the genre,
that's not a good way to look at things, bro. Like, you don't want it's good to see like what influenced them, but you know, everything, we're at the point of life now where like everything, someone did something better all the time. Now it's about like what can you bring that's different to the table? That's what I like.
So what do you think they're bringing?
Laser League, I like how they're bringing that's different because it's just, there's no ball. It's all laser, and it's like a live chess game that it could be flipped within a second. You know, it's anticipating it. What?
Dino, get in.
Get in what?
Get in my van.
I'm dead.
My van. Or not.
What happened?
I'm out. You're fine. You're fine. We'll do this. Ow!
Jesus.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Are we playing this on hard or something? Is that why?
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have put it on hard.
But yeah.
Oh, was that my motorcycle?
And that's also why I like, well, like, because I don't play a lot of fighting games, I don't know what Dragon Ball Fighter is like. It's compared to other games because I don't play any of them. So to me, when I see Dragon Ball Fighter, it's like, oh my god, this is a new Dragon Ball game. This is a new type of Dragon Ball fighting game.
Well, so I mean, fighting games like 2D, like two or side view, because I don't know if you'd call it 2D because the background is 3D, but we'll go ahead and call it 2D for the sake of what it is. The 2D fighting games, like, I mean, there are bad ones and there are good ones, and the reasons why they're bad is because they don't implement what's good. It's been done before, you know. Like there's these with genres like shooters. Even shooters have like certain things that you kind of have to abide by, and if you don't, the shooter just doesn't shine because it's like, okay, I understand that you're trying to do something different, and that's fine, and man, good for you. But there are certain standards that should be put in those games.
Yeah.
You know, and as much as you want to be like, oh, well, we're original. Like, no, we don't want to be like those other ones. You didn't have to be like those other ones, but people are going to notice when you don't put those things in that game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the problem with a lot of games that come out is that it's okay like to do it's okay to do something different and go off the chart and go off the beaten path and try to, you know, kind of make your own name within a genre. Only problem is you steer too far and people are going to notice the things that are not in the game. And that's when you start getting issues. That's when the bad reviews, that's when you know what I mean? All those things come in because people, I mean, there's certain staples that you want to have in a game that just doesn't make any sense when you see a game and you're like, so what happened here?
Yeah.
You know, one very good example is when we were watching that one game. We haven't released it. I don't think we've released it yet, right? but there was a game where we were talking about the HUD, and we're not gonna go into that, but the HUD is such an intricate or integral, I guess. I'm not sure what I'm.
I get you.
Yeah, like it's just such an important role in a game.
Yes.
That when it's not done right, it's like, okay, how many times and how many games have you guys seen in your life?
You know what's funny is until we did that episode, I never really noticed it. Now I find myself judging a lot, like seeing a game, I'm like, oh, okay. Like right now I'm playing Horizon, and I love the HUD on that one. I was like, ooh, this is really
beautiful HUD.
Yeah, I was like,
Beautiful
this
HUD,
is perfect. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I think prior to that day, I would have never noticed it.
Yeah, I mean, just look at this game that we're playing. GTA just has the HUD. You know what? I'll be honest. Actually, it's not one of my favorite HUDs because it's just not very it's not very simple, and it can be a little confusing to newcomers.
Yeah.
But the HUD tells you exactly what you need to know once you start playing the game and you understand what's happening. First of all, the HUD matches the style of the game. It's not jarring to the eye compared to the game, so you don't. It's like you end up you're attracting the cops to me, and I will have a hard time finishing this mission.
What?
Yeah, I won't be able to do this mission with the cops on me. That's all right. Well, I'll accept the challenge. So then. Oh God.
Jesus.
So, to me, it's like, yeah. Jesus. But you're still shooting, right? Yeah, this guy's going on a shooting spree, but no, I can't crash into a wall.
There's another wall there, bro.
God dang it! What the heck? Anyway, so what I wanted to say is just basically that is that can I get out of here?
Yeah.
It's just the issue of that games that are gonna be doing something new, put what's been good, and then add your new stuff to it.
Yeah.
Then add your twist, man, and because you're gonna have a lot of people saying like, you know what? That's why I'm like, who did it better? That's why because I'm like, God, this game reminds me of so many little things that I want to play those games instead, because those games just did an amazing job when they did it, And so I don't know. It's more a gripe. It's more of my own personal gripe, freaking like my own personal gripe than it is an actual like issue, because I feel like developers should have the right to make their own, to build on top of what's already been done. I mean, why am I glitching right now? There you go. Because can you imagine like games just would not have been innovative if nobody had tried something different. So I think that's where our the new ideas, new games come from. So that's fine,
Yeah.
But wow, dude, that guy literally just crashed into me.
Really?
He just he looked for me. Like he didn't try to avoid me. He went for me.
Like he was speeding?
Come on. Yeah, he actually I went to the side because I didn't want to get ran over, and he just looked for me and boom.
You know why? Because I shot at him.
Yeah, it was probably it.
No, it really was, because I'm down here shooting them, and I got a car.
And so for me for Dragon Ball Z, I feel like the innovation there is not really wow. Okay, I was gonna say no way. It must be you. If it was a real person, or if it was like an NPC, I would have been so pissed. Like, why is he over here?
Oh shit!
No one ever drives over here.
Oh shit!
No, you better not, dude. I'm about to die. You're such an idiot. So anyway,
damn.
Like Dragon Ball Z, man, is I don't think it's gonna be doing much new in the genre. I think the innovation there is the fact that they're bringing Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
And the animations is where the game really shines.
That's where it's gonna shine the most. The fact that they worked on the animation to the point where it's like people can get clips and pages from the manga and put it right on top of it, and it fits it perfectly. Like that's pretty awesome.
Crazy.
That's some heart and some thought.
Ditch there. Yeah, I love that car, by the way. I just hate how it's not that fast.
Yeah. I'm gonna go. What do we have to do? Just get this van?
Yeah, just get. No, it's a coquetti.
I don't know what that means.
That's a car.
Okay.
I think the one thing that I do wish though is that like I love that they're doing this and it looks beautiful and it's awesome and it's gonna be I know it's gonna be a lot of fun, but I really do wish that we had hey, can you pick me up? I really do wish that that they did like a Naruto style Dragon Ball Z
That
with the same animation. Like, you know, if you played the Naruto games, man, the animation, like, it looks like you're watching the show. It looks so cool.
I could never do the Naruto games because those were like I wanted to, and I liked watching people fight that were good at it, but goddamn, I couldn't. Those are hard.
Those are hard.
Yeah, like they're talking about a lot of like background information. Like seeing Naruto, it was one of those like if I didn't play any of them, I wouldn't know how to like. I wouldn't know the history of like the button layout, like because that one grew on top of each other. Like each game got better as it went on. I'm coming for.
Well, like I've only played the demos. I've actually no, my freaking door ripped off.
Get in.
Ah. No,
I got the vehicle.
No. I'll get the cops off of you. Go.
All right. Do I have to keep this in good shape?
No.
Okay, good.
No. No, just get it there.
As I'm jumping off the cliff.
Yeah, gone in 6 seconds, man. Yeah, I don't know. To me, Dragon Ball Z, the Dragon Ball Z franchise would really benefit from the Naruto style, like the 3D, just because that's how those battles are done.
Yeah.
And they've done it. They've all their games have been that way, but they've never quite hit the animated style that they should have. And I think with this is going to show what Dragon Ball Z needs, because it has that animated style. It has that. It looks like the show while you're fighting, and why not?
Right.
I mean, we're in that era where we can do that, so why not? Why not do that?
Yeah. So that's all I have to say about those games. Those are the two that I'm excited for the from last week's Let's Talk About It. Yeah, and now we just gotta wait for them to actually come out, and we can go from there.
I didn't really talk about. Ooh, I just found my car. I didn't really talk about Ace Combat because I don't
about the
think
what?
I need to talk about it. I didn't really talk about Ace Combat because I just don't feel like it needs to be talked about. Like
that one
Ace
is
Combat
like
is such a. It's got like a niche crowd.
You need to
like.
Well, yeah, that, and it's like that's more of an experience. Lots of cops.
Yeah, it really is. Like if you like flight simulators, like this is kind of a cool one to have. It's just simple as that.
Yeah.
If you don't like flight simulators, you're really not.
Then
gonna
go
like
fuck
this.
off.
So.
Just kidding.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, Ace Combat don't need you shit.
Yeah, simple as that. I mean, I don't know. You know, I don't really know what else to say there. The game looks great.
It does.
The game looks awesome.
I was looking more into that as well. I was like, wow, this talking about like a simulator. This is, damn.
It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. I don't know. You can cut this part out. I don't know where we're at.
I'm trying to finish this. So you want to just end it then?
Yeah, because I don't want it to run too long.
Right.
How long?
We're at 23.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
It dragged.
We might have to edit somehow.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we'll stop it.
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening, and you know, give us your ideas. Give us what you guys liked about you know, Let's Talk About It, and if you guys, you know, if there's a game you guys want us to do, let us know. You can always email at us or tweet at us at Xpression Player, or email at expressionplayers@gmail.com.
Did it.
So yeah, just let us know, like, subscribe, and Dino, you got any closing comments?
We'll see you tomorrow.
All right, see you tomorrow.
Peace.
Broken play.
No, I had to do it again. I'm sorry.
What up?
Yeah, I had to do it. So
You had to do it.
we're back. We're back.
What's up,
in here.
everybody? It's
course.
Dino and Mecha here for another
Whoa,
episode of
wait, so who's the
Wolverine.
slasher?
I don't know. What are we doing? Am I the slasher? Oh no, nope.
No, we're fighting the slasher.
Oh, I know. I don't know what we're doing.
It's GTA Madness today. Ooh, we're all zombies.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Well, we're back, and I got something that I kind of found out about. I wanted to bring up.
Yeah. Yeah. Lay it on me.
Apparently, there's been a voice actor strike that's been going on for since 8 months ago, and you know, I didn't know about this until whoa, what?
Yeah, we gotta hide.
What?
So otherwise he's gonna find you. You gotta hide from the slasher.
What? Oh God.
So I think I know a little bit about this. Where this actually started
February.
I believe it started a couple years ago. Where, well, I don't want to say started because it's been around for a little bit, but it hasn't gained popularity really until the recent years because of how voice actors are treated within the game industry, which is not very. They're just I mean, they're voice actors, and were they in the movie industry, they would be very different in the way they get paid, in the way that they get treated, in the way that they get they get handled.
Yeah.
In terms of their commodities, or I'm not really. I mean, I'm making it kind of actually commodities is the wrong thing to say here because I don't think it's about that. I think it's about the treatment.
It's about the treatment. It's about, I guess, updating it because it's going off 1994 settings, and everything has changed in the field of everything. Which is to say, I mean, it's not too 90s. Far along. Yeah, 1994 is not so far off, but there's so much that's
it's
changed
so fast. Yeah.
Yeah.
The game industry has evolved so fast that the voice actors now have. I mean, they're more than voice actors. A lot of these people are. I mean, they're doing motion capture. They're doing things that people in the movie Avatar were doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Putting on suits.
Oh yeah, going all out with
faces.
It. But
yeah, so it's different.
So it was looking up a little bit of details and what exactly they're kind of asking for, and it was going from things to getting a certain payout for a certain amount of sales. I don't know the exact number, but it's they get a certain amount for every 1 million copies sold, and it goes from there. But it's not for the terms that they wanted. That I saw, it's nothing that's far-fetched for today. It's pretty within reason, and it sucks.
The biggest issue. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, it just sucks because I understand what they're saying. For some depending on what role they do, it is hard on the body, but oh, he has a shotgun.
Oh, you're dead.
Oh fuck. Okay.
No, I know what you're doing.
I was hiding behind the meat, but I didn't know he had a shotgun. Damn. But the only reason I even heard about this, like you're saying about the popularity, was because of the Life is Strange prequel, sequel, whatever it's coming out. I guess the voice of Chloe isn't the same person. It's a different lady. And people were upset about it. But she said due to the strike, that's kind of why I didn't take the role. And but she was still involved with the writing of the character, so she still had an influence on it, on Chloe, one of the main characters in the game.
So she's still in the game.
She's still in the game, as in mental thought, but not voice. Her voice is not the same it's not the same voice.
That's weird that they decided to keep her as a
writer,
as a spiritual, like the spiritual part of the character, but not but not the voice.
Well, she was on strike for the voice. Oh, he killed us all.
Oh, we got him.
We got him. No. How do you get him?
We got him.
How did he get a shotgun?
So after 2 minutes, you get a shotgun.
I don't like that game.
So you got to survive.
I don't like that game.
You don't?
No.
I thought that was awesome.
No, it's just me dying and then waiting and then. Nah.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't waiting. I was walking around.
Oh, I wasn't. I was hiding behind this person. I thought I was hiding next to you, but I guess not.
Well, actually, no. That's a lie. I was hiding at first.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just interesting because like now it's getting to the point where I believe that it's not just the voice actors that this needs to be reevaluated with. It's everything. Developers, animators, everyone needs, like, the cost of living and all that needs to be adjusted for today's standard.
Here's the thing, though,
it's gonna
because
do
I mean,
huge inflammation.
the voice actor. Oh god. The voice actor is scenario is much more different than anybody else's. You know, like developers and all that. I mean, companies have developers that are not making video games, and they should abide by those standards, by those company standards.
Yeah, bitch.
You got him.
Yeah.
And
Beat his
and
ass.
So, but my biggest thing is that these people were asking for royalties.
Yeah.
And you know what, dude? I mean, yes.
For just voicing?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, they're asking for royalties on a game for voicing. Now, who's to say the people what's the difference between them and the people that are doing, like, the little voices, or the people that are not as important? Now, they're all doing voice acting, you know what I mean? But the difference between them is, like, you may be able to recognize the voice, you may not be able to, but they're not, like, a lot of the people are still not doing motion capture, so their faces are not in there, so they're not acting. And I mean, they are acting, but they're not acting in the visual sense. And so that to me is like, I don't know, this is kind of I'm skeptical about it, because to be honest, like, when a star goes for the role. Oh, he's right here. Look, is that him? No, that's no. When a star goes for a role in a movie, you're also paying for that star to be in your movie, like literally in the movie. Do you know what I mean? Like, he is there, his face is there, his persona is there. He is there, and you can visually see him, and he gets royalties because he's a main star. You know, there are other people that get stuff from it too, but they're not going to get as much as the main guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So in that sense, to me, it's like, well, a lot of these voice actors are not putting themselves, besides the voice, into the game.
Well, you know how many, like, a good example where that can backfire is there's a lot of voice actors and actresses that don't realize they're in a game. And it's just like, some of the jobs are so simple that you could just voice act for a simple role, and next thing you know, you're getting a $600 check because that game did so amazing, and you just so happen to be a voice in there. It's like, well,
I mean, now this is where I say, okay, you know what? Like, I can see how that should be done, because to be honest, I mean, these people live off of their voice acting. So, I mean, I'm not saying give them a 20% cut, but give them something decent, because these people are literally living to do that. You know?
Yeah.
And they could be voice acting in other industries, but they're choosing to voice act within the game industry. And I wonder, I actually don't know a lot about this, so I wonder how does anime do it? You know, a lot of these voice actors, do they get royalties?
That's a good question. It's such a, like, it's hard to find information on it because it's so vague in a way. God, where's this last guy?
What is? Dude, it's not freaking big at all, bro.
So vague. I'm trying to find this last Brody.
You're gonna die, man. I see it coming for you guys.
How many of them left?
People got pissed.
How many of them are left?
I don't know.
There's that guy. Oh yeah, got him.
I
Woo! I actually won that round.
So,
That's all I got. But yeah, I just
so
kind of
I'm
wanted to
actually
bring it
looking
up just so we can have it like mentioned. And I hope there's more people that know more about this and can. Honestly, I would be more than happy if you guys told us more about it, because it was kind of difficult to find updated information. A lot of the stuff I found was like a couple months old. I'm like, no, I want what's the newest, most updated source I can get. So, but that's all I really had to mention about the voice actor strike, and I want to bring a little attention to that. I don't know if you have anything else to say about it, Mecha.
Well, no, I know that. Well, no, I don't really have much to say. I just think that. I really don't see how I mean, a lot of these companies are making tons of money, more than most movies are making. And I don't see how these game developers can pay out a fee for these voice actors.
Yeah.
I just don't know why they can't. Like, I don't think. I mean, I think if they come up with a reasonable plan for these voice actors that are within the industry, I think it would be great. It would be great, and more people would be more attracted to it, and we get more talent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We get more talent, and we get more people that want to do this stuff, because a lot of it is just it's just not attractive money. They're doing it because they love the gaming industry.
Yeah. It's not because they're making bank and dollar bills.
Yeah,
y'all.
exactly. They're just so this is gonna moving forward, because the games are gonna get more intricate, and moving forward, this is a good place to start to start making some headway into what acting in general, whether it's in a game, whether it's in an animated movie, whether it's in an actual movie, where what like a certain level that these people need to be paid, because they have to live off something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not like games get made it's not like movies or shows where like there's things all over the place. Like certain games are just not going to have that kind of acting or need that kind of acting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a little, it's tough, man. I think, honestly, it's tough for a lot of these people, because they're just, and like they said, the treatment was just not adequate. They just did not feel like what they're doing was compensated correctly, whether it's because of attitude, whether it's because of money, you know.
Yeah.
What else? There's just many factors that come to this, but it is interesting, man, because I mean these people do need to be represented in some way.
Yes.
Since they are acting, they are people know, oh, somebody's voicing this guy. Just the last one thing, Days Gone and on the PS4, the actor there, he's also on a show. I think it's like a vampire show. I always
Vampire
forget his
Diaries?
name. No, it's not Vampire Diaries.
Twilight?
He's on a show. No, stop. No, I'm kidding, man. No, he's in a show where it's like a werewolf. And anyway, long story short, he did acting for Star Wars: The Force Awakens, both of those games.
Yeah.
And he's also doing acting for Days Gone, and that's his face in there.
Yeah.
That's that guy's face. So he's acting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, I don't know. I just take that into account. Like, these guys are going out of their way to be there for the game and bring a quality to the game. The best thing these companies can do, because these companies are really freaking, they get a lot of money.
Yep.
Okay, is compensate them a little bit. So, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with the strike. I think they need to do that. And yeah, it kind of sucks, because a lot of our voice actors that we love may not be in certain games that they could be.
Yeah.
But in the end,
Yeah. So I guess, what do you guys think? Were you guys aware of a voice actor strike that's been going on what feels like 2 years or so? And how do you feel about it? Let us know, man. Let us know,
like,
bro.
subscribe.
Let us
you can
know.
always reach us at Xpression Player.
.com.
And on Twitter. No, on Twitter.
At Twitter.
At Twitter, and then just email us. You can also email us at expressionplayers@gmail.com.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys, like, subscribe, and thanks a lot. You guys have a good one.
All right. See you guys later. Peace. Broken play.
Hey, oh.
What up? I don't know where the dog came from, but it's Dino.
It's Mecha.
How's everyone doing today? Good. That's
We're back
good.
with
I'm glad to hear.
version of-
No one responded.
While I'm talking over you.
Yeah.
So Dino wanted to bring another one of his.
I got another topic.
Sought after topics. That's right.
Got another one.
That's it. What is it?
Are you ready? Pokemon Go Season 2.
What?
Yeah.
Who cares about that anymore?
I thought the same thing. But you know what? Have you heard of any of what they've been doing to the game since they released the second gens?
Tell me.
All right. So they introduced berries. That's a cool concept. You got berries that do different things than just make them kinder and easier to catch. They have some that give you...
Now, this is not new. Right?
No, I know. I'm talking... So what I consider the first year of Pokemon Go is like Season 1, before they introduced the berries, or it's the basic Pokemon, red and green Pokemon. And then season 2 or the second gen is like gold and silver. And even in gold and silver, they introduced a lot of.
Why did you say red and green?
Because I always, I don't know. Because it's red and green. That's how I remember it when I was a kid.
No, it was red, blue, and yellow.
I don't remember a blue one.
There was only a blue.
Was it
There
blue?
was no green. Yeah.
Oh, was the green the remake?
Oh, I see where you're grabbing it. Okay, yeah, the green was a remake. Leaf green. Yeah,
It was.
Well, there was a green version in Japan, but I mean that's besides the point.
Yeah.
No, we didn't get any here in the States. We didn't get any.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. It's the original Pokemon,
Okay,
and then
I was just like, what the heck? Like,
yeah, it's been so
Okay,
long.
yeah,
I don't know which one's which, but you know, it's
you're
it's
fine.
that thing. But with that, I was like, all right. So I stopped playing because I got to the point where I had, I want to say 90% of the Pokemon and just the fun out of it. Like I was done. So I saw the season 2 stuff. They added the berries. I'm like, I remember that. They added fashion. I remember that. They added, then they added, what's it called? All the Pokemon, even the Steel evolutions and all that. So that was great. So now there's like special items you can get from gyms that allow you to evolve like Steel Pokemon, Dragon Pokemon. So the new thing that they just announced this month is raids, 20-person raid.
Now, why are they calling it raids?
It's called a raid because it's
let me tell you
it's
why.
a gym.
Let me tell you why. Because of Destiny.
Oh, I would say because of Warcraft. What are you talking about, Destiny?
Yeah, well, Warcraft did it first.
Yeah.
And I will totally give them the credit for that. But the what brought it into the mainstream? Destiny.
Yeah, I mean,
'Cause after Destiny-
raids have always kind of been there, though. That's the thing. Like, I don't feel like that's the concept of a raid is always.
But they haven't called it a raid. Now people they look at it as a raid. Anyway, I don't want to.
Yeah, that's a different
I'm not
discussion.
trying
I semi agree to that. But the new 20-person raid that they put in is now gyms. All the gyms you can collect items from them, and then there'll be certain gyms like each day. If you can do 1 raid per day or 2 or more if you pay for the pass. But when you go to a gym,
you have to pay.
it or you get 1 per gym or 1 per day. So when you go to a gym, you can spin it like you do with the other Pokestops, and then it gives you a raid pass. And then that raid pass, you'll find other gyms have an egg on top of them with a timer. And then if you go to the gym that has the egg, and when the egg hatches, a super strong Pokemon comes out of it. So it could be a Dragonite that's 25,000 CP. Which is like ridiculous because everything's in the like 3,000 CP, stuff like that. So with this 20-person raid is 20 players get together to try to beat that super strong Pokemon within a time limit, and then that's your raid. And you get one free pass a day, and then I think it costs like 100 coins to buy another premium raid pass that you can use again. So you can do as many raids as much as you want to pay for. So I thought that was kind of cool. Like that kind of got my interest. I was like, oh, I'm gonna check this raid out. So I installed the game back on my phone. I walked around, checked out the Pokestop, saw the new Pokemon all over the place. It was pretty fun to catch all the new stuff, like actually get points and see that like, oh, we got a new Pokemon. Like yes, like it got to the point before where I was like, oh, I have them all. I don't care. Only the really rare ones I don't have. And the raid I haven't had a chance to really participate in. I saw a couple of them, but I was too far away to interact.
Broke that.
I don't know. It's just one of those. In the end, when I see this, I think of Pokemon when I was a kid, and I'm like, I played hours of Pokemon because that was such a cool world to go into. Kids nowadays have that actual world in their own world where like if someone were to give me a choice to go, hey, we want to play the Pokemon on the DS or you want to play Pokemon Go, as a kid, I would want to pick Pokemon Go because that would be replacing our childhood version of playing Pokemon on a Game Boy. Like, today's kids are growing up with their virtual Pokemon Game Boy experience, like, in their lives. And I'm jealous. I'm jelly of those kids. I don't have time to play this game, like, as much as I want to. And I don't have a bunch of friends, 20 friends, to join together and do a raid. But if I was a kid, I'd be on top of all that.
Well, I mean, without getting too deep into it, I want to say I'm definitely not of the same mindset as you are, because Pokemon Go is a cheap imitation of Pokemon. So, it's not done well. I don't believe it is. And as much as they're putting into it, I enjoy it, but I mean, I'm an avid Pokemon player, man, and I can tell you right now, my interest in this game has just diminished over time, and it's very hard for me to get into it because it doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like Pokemon to me. You know, like nothing about. Like, there's a lot of things that make Pokemon for one.
Well, when I see the Game Boys, it feels like a Pokemon game, and it's the Pokemon universe. But this is like, you got the Pokemon universe in our universe. Yeah, it's not gonna feel like old school Pokemon, but now we got the experience of actually living in a reality where, oh, I'm at the.
But like, you don't have like to complete the experience. I mean, I just here's the thing about Pokemon Go for me is that Pokemon Go would not be what it is without the original Pokemon games. You know what I mean? Without the original Pokemon series. So the reason this works is because there's history, and the people that know Pokemon have that history. Without that history, this game is bullcrap. I mean, there's other games like it already out there.
I would disagree with that. The way they're changing it, it's not what, even from when we last played, it's not the same game. Like, they're trying to get that, like, now when you go to certain gyms, you'll actually get badges from those gyms. So people are collecting badges.
Where are the battles? Where are the trainers that you can battle?
It's all coming. That's just the thing. It's like, what you want is something that they've trying to create.
Right.
But this is all, it's all a new process, and you just, if you're not patient for it and you want it all now, yeah, you're not gonna want to play this game. But that's why I walked away, because I did everything I wanted to do on the game, but I was like, it's done. Like, there's nothing for me to do. Now when I see it, I was like, whoa, this world has grown since I've last been here. So there's so much extra things for me to check out and explore. And I got that, like, Pokemon nostalgia of, like, all right, I'm going to go to the park because I got to catch all the second gens now. And, you know, I remember that feeling of, like, all right, let's go see what's out there. And they're working on seasons and holidays and special events. Like,
I just wish that they would add, like, you could be a part of a story as well. You could be a part of
make your story. That's what you gotta do.
Well, I mean, you can't. The only story you can make is catch a Pokemon, and that's it.
I bet I can make a fun little RP story with that, with the Pokemon Go game.
Well, I mean, there's actually now that you say that, there is people on YouTube that have tried to do that, so that's pretty neat. I do like that, but again, like, as a person, and, like, you know, I don't know, maybe, you know what, man, I've thought for a long time this game just isn't not for me. I just can't, you know, like, I can't pick it up and play it when I want to. I have to go hunt down. And it's just like, it's very time consuming with very little reward, because I have to catch the same Pokemon over. Oh my, this guy's gonna die.
That's where
I have to catch the same Pokemon over and over again. That makes no sense at all to me. I don't understand that concept. I don't think I ever will.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, if the younger me would love to spend the Pokemon hours that I spent on my Game Boy playing this. Like,
sure, but I wouldn't want to catch all the Pokemon over and over again. I mean, I catch a Pokemon once and I raise them. Where's the raising part? Like, my question, like, okay, Tamagotchi, man, why can't you do that with your Pokemon?
Battle.
Why can't you feed them? Why don't you have a relationship with them? That doesn't make any sense.
There is, like, they're implementing, like, emotions with your Pokemon now.
Yeah, but you get. I mean, you trade them in for bullcrap. They're not even yours. You're like catching them because you need more skill level or whatever.
Yeah, I'd say check if you haven't. So if you haven't played the Pokemon game in a while and you walked away before, like for a long time, like I did, give it a go and you'll like how it feels. And it's definitely like there's new stuff in there that'll keep you busy if you want to get back into it. But like if you don't want to, then yeah, it's one of the. In the end, it's gonna be the same thing. After a few amount of hours, you're gonna realize you're doing the same thing, but with different skins. But in the end, it's a game. It's all a game. So I like I said, I don't have the hours that I want to put into it, like the kid version me does.
Sure.
But I'm jealous of the kids that can now. Ooh, I want your car. But yeah, that's
Pokemon Go, kids.
That's Pokemon Go, man. Check it out if you haven't played in a while. It's definitely cool to see the new updates they did. Respect to them for keeping it up. They could have just kept it a piece of shit like it was when it first came out. But yeah, I got nothing else really with the Pokemon game. Check it out. Don't check it out. Love it or hate it. It's Gucci.
No, you know, it's got its crowd. Like,
Oh my God,
people, you know, like, it's got its crowd. Man.
I don't know if you know this, but the first official Pokemon event is on July 22nd, and they're speculating that's when they're gonna do the legendary battle.
What is that?
They're gonna introduce Mewtwo or something, a legendary Pokemon for the people at the event to fight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's in Chicago. The tickets sold out in 6 minutes.
What?
Yeah.
There was tickets for it?
Yeah. It's this huge thing, and they're like, it's all, there's a bunch of reward for the people that are going. There's gonna be like pumped up extra and rare Pokemon all over the event. More rewards. It's a huge thing on the 22nd. So like, hopefully, if they unleash the legendaries, it'd be pretty cool to see them actually like do the legendary battle that they said they were gonna do last year.
I don't know. It's just crazy, dude. That's crazy. Again, you know what? I'm very disconnected from all this, so don't take my word for it. I mean, it's I'm on a different mindset when it comes to Pokemon, and Pokemon Go was just not what I cared about in general in terms of Pokemon. But I mean, yeah, I mean for the people that, dude, I mean, if people are buying tickets for this stuff, dang, I mean, they must be, they must love it. So the crowd is out there, you know. And you're right. You probably have to be like of a certain age group to really embed yourself in this and be a part of this.
Yeah.
I mean, for a lot of people, this is their Pokemon.
This is their Pokemon Game Boy experience.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And that's what I'm jealous of, Mike. You bastards. This is what I wanted.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool. I can tell you right now. I know that if I would have been in like junior high, elementary, and that, like this would have been out there, dude, I would have been playing it. You know.
Yeah.
I would have been. You know, as you're walking by with your friends, hanging out, biking around, skateboarding, doing whatever you want to do, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, by the way, there's a Jigglypuff over here. All right, let's go catch it.
But yeah. So Pokemon Go, guys. Do you still play it? Let me know.
Is season 2 worth it? That's the real question.
Is season 2
like,
worth coming back?
Should you pick it back up? Should you pick it back up? In my opinion, if you didn't like it before, don't. If you liked it a little bit and you enjoyed it, and then like kind of got off, then there's new content to check out. There's new Pokemon to check out. And then you can kind of drop off again. You know, like there's really no commitment.
I say if you left and you were in level 25 or above, you're gonna enjoy coming back because you'll catch up to everyone else fairly quickly. That's the best tip I gotta tell anyone, that if they did play and left and now they're coming back. So like, yeah.
How about you come back to me?
Come on back, baby, come back. We'll see you
I'm talking to you.
tomorrow.
Dino.
What?
How about you come back to me? How about you come back to me? Huh?
Oh, okay. Until then, we'll see you guys next time.
All right. Like, subscribe, guys. You can reach us on Twitter at Xpression Player, and our email expressionplayers@gmail.com.
All right.
See ya.
Peace.
Broken play.
What's going on?
What up? What up?
So, getting right into it because I feel like this is gonna be a good one.
Okay.
So I was reading this. Article. This interesting article on CNET.com. And it was about it was by this guy named Luke Lancaster. Just to give him a little credit there. He was writing about how 20% of the Earth visits YouTube. So, 20%. Now I really don't know how they got this stat, because that's a big stat, and how the heck are they measuring everybody to get the 20%? But let's say for a second that they had every single person on the planet accounted for. Okay.
Yeah.
And that they were able to actually put this into how many people really that is.
Yeah.
So that means that there's 7.347 billion people on Earth as of 2015. Okay. So that means that 1.4 billion people visit YouTube every month. That means that at least 1.4 billion people have access to internet somewhere.
Yeah.
Now that's not a lot of people, man.
Yeah.
Like 1.4 billion is not a lot of people.
Out of 7
billion? Holy crap!
What's
That's one
killing
thing.
YouTube?
That also includes phones. Huh?
What's killing YouTube?
What's killing YouTube?
Yeah.
I don't think anything's killing YouTube. I think that's just the sheer amount of people. I mean, everybody looks up at YouTube.
Yeah.
Everybody uses YouTube at some point.
That's true.
You know what I mean? This is every month, 20% every month, and they're not talking daily.
What?
Like everybody uses YouTube at some point, for something. Even if it's just to look up like how to wash
use
my
YouTube.
dog. Yeah, how to wash my dog, how to lick a lollipop to the core. In three licks.
How
or
to
whatever.
Google search.
Whatever. How to Google YouTube.
How do you Google?
Believe it or not, there's people that probably do search that. But here's the interesting part. Okay, so there's 321.4 million people in the U.S. alone. Okay.
Yeah.
And like all together, and then in Europe it's 743.1 million. That's all of Europe. Okay. So, I mean, right there, man. There's your stat. That's Europe and the United States make up a billion and more.
Damn.
So dude, there's a lot of people in this world, man. That's how many people.
There's a lot of people in this world that don't know who we are.
that don't know, and on top of that, that don't have access to YouTube. Otherwise, I think they would be using it at least once a month.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Huh. And
Like that's not a lot of people.
And that's
It's
not
the amount of the U.S. and that's not counting
bots.
Mexico, Canada, nothing. Because remember, it's 1.4 billion people that access YouTube every month.
Damn.
So my question is now the population that I gave you is from the United States, in which a lot of the United States is internet access. Okay. And Europe, I don't know so much about that, so I will say that I guess some of it is, most of it is, but I wouldn't say most of the populated areas are, but then there's some outskirt areas, I'm sure. But I mean, can you imagine that, man? I'm not even including Canada in there. I'm not even including Mexico, where they have internet. I'm not including any of the other countries in the world, Asia, Japan, that have access to the internet.
Yeah.
Russia. I'm not
Korea.
including any of those. Korea, yeah, also, man, and so how many people from the United States and Europe don't have internet? That's my question.
A lot.
Yeah, there's no way to gauge it. That's crazy, dude. I don't know. It just brought it into perspective. Like just the fact that I don't know, man. It's just a lot of people that don't have access to watch a YouTube. Like, I don't think about that ever.
Should we change our marketing plan then? Should we go to Twitch?
But isn't it interesting though? Can you imagine, man, if like, I wonder what the world would be like if everybody had access to this stuff.
That
was my first thinking.
Pretty shitty is how I feel.
You really think so?
Think of this.
Honestly, man,
how much bullshit videos are there out there? And how many more do you think there would be if people had YouTube?
But those videos don't affect your daily life. Like, you're not gonna have an issue. You just don't watch it. Simple as that.
Yeah. But it also then it hides all the other traffic.
I guess it could, but again, I mean, if you're creating content that's worth it, man.
True.
Hide it.
Google shouldn't censor us, you whore.
I mean, it's interesting to me because, like, let's say that everybody had access to YouTube and everybody was able to feel connected in some way. I wonder if that would change. Like, I wonder if that would change people's mentality and people's togetherness. I feel like a lot of us are still really, really disconnected from the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And some people may choose to want that. They may choose to do that. And that, and it's nothing wrong with that. But just the fact that, like, our connectedness is kind of an illusion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not it's not concrete yet. There's still many,
still work in progress.
Most of the
man.
world, this is a new thing. Yeah, like, most of the world is not even. Most of the people in the populated world, or in the modernized world, are also still not connected to the internet.
Yeah.
Because those numbers do not come from the U.S. and Europe alone. There's many other countries that have access to the internet.
Yeah.
And I doubt that once a month somebody doesn't visit it for some reason. All they have to do is click on a video.
It's interesting. I guess I've always just kind of mentally pictured that, most of the world has internet at this point. And I know there's still a small portion. I mean, I've been to a lot of those parts of the world where, like, oh yeah, there's no way there would be internet. But then they surprise me and they go, oh yeah, we have Wi-Fi. I'm like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, okay, we're in the middle of nowhere, but all right. Like, it's just like I knew the whole world wasn't involved with, like, the internet and then, like, really connected, but I didn't think the number was that low. I was picturing it a little higher when you were saying those numbers. Like, I was picturing maybe 3 billion of the population is, like, connected. At least half.
Well, and see, and now you're saying, this is why I brought it up to you, because I know you've traveled and you've spent time in places where it's really you're very remote. And so that was going to be my question to you. Like, so this is surprising to me. So you told me that they had Wi-Fi?
Oh yeah, a lot of the places were
So they had Wi-Fi, they had YouTube. Simple as that.
Yeah. I mean,
so
I'm not gonna lie. Most of our time out there, like, if we had Wi-Fi and there's signal, I'd be playing. At the time we were watching, like, Bad Lip Reader. Or I was putting on YouTube. I was like, hey, let's watch this video, because that was the only thing that was working. So it was, but that wasn't everywhere. In parts that I wouldn't expect it would have it. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Didn't think you guys would have it, or they would have. A lot of them now have satellite. They have places that you wouldn't expect to have, like, cell phones that actually can run it, but they just. What it's come down to is YouTube is a luxury thing. Like, you only go on there if you have the time or, the luxury to use your data. And in most countries that are, like, first world, yeah, they would. Everywhere else, they don't care for YouTube. They're like, we have some internet, but it's not the best internet, so they don't even bother with it, kind of thing. Yeah, just because they have it doesn't mean it's good. It's sometimes you're like, oh yeah, they got signal, like 10 megabytes per second.
But you have to imagine that those. I mean, the reason why those numbers surprise me. Now, let me again, if maybe people are not understanding why this is surprising, is because of what I initially said about the population of the United States. So that number 1.4 billion is built can be counted by the population of the United States and Europe and all of Europe. Okay, so like that right there, it's just I'm just saying that all that number is completed by those two places, all of Europe and the United States. So I know that there's other countries that have internet.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? But that means that within the United States and within Europe, there's still a lot of people without internet because obviously we don't make up the whole of that number. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But then there's also same thing with like digital downloads compared to hard copies. Like they don't count digital download purchases for anything. So like there could be a lot of things that they don't count for those numbers. Like really? Like that's like I bet you some of those.
All you have to do is visit. All you have to do is visit YouTube.
Yeah, all you gotta do.
Visit. You don't even have to like.
It comes.
It can be browsing.
Wait, does it still
be browsing?
Does it still come installed in your phone?
Yeah, most of them, most Google.
Yeah,
phones,
most of them do.
Well, all you have to do is visit it though, man. Sometimes you're just like you're on an article or something, and like it's simple as that. The freaking the article has a YouTube video link.
Yeah.
And you click on it,
Well, most people don't realize they're even on YouTube now.
No, you just go on it. You're like, oh.
You're like, I just watched the video. Where do you think you watched it from?
Well, I don't know. Why would people be hostile?
Because.
Where do you think you got it from, bro?
Where the do you think you got that from, huh? Huh? I was like, whoa, buddy.
Yeah, why would they be so hostile?
I got it from Hulu. Get the out.
Holy crap, man. Yeah, like I was just thinking like, what the heck? Why are they so hostile right now? Anyway, man, I just thought that was interesting to know. Like, just like, kind of put it out in perspective for people to like, hey, think about this, man, because this is like, dang, we take for granted
how lucky we are.
How lucky we really are. We really do. It's I mean, I was just born in this country, man. Like, I don't even know, and I try to remind myself all the time, how lucky I am. Especially when I'm like just kind of like, dang, like there's nothing, blah 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 blah. Those classic days.
Nothing going on, bored as shit.
Yeah. But you're like, dude, you know what though, man? And then you're like, you know what? I wish I was like living like I was saying this the other day. Like I wish I was like living in like an island. Like, oh my God, no!
You wish you were what?
I want to die. I wish I was living on like an island where there's just nothing going on. And like, I know people on those islands would love to go live in a place where I live.
Yeah.
Like, I know there's so many people that would trade places with me. They'd be like, yeah, you want to go, be a hero in Africa? Man, go ahead. I'll trade with you.
Yeah. I was like,
you know what I mean?
And like,
it's just like, it's such a, I don't know, like a romanticized idea of what these people have. I don't know what it is, but I just realize, man, like, I think that speaking out of turn when I say like, I wish I had that, or I wish I had this to experience,
Yeah.
Because it's not as great as we think it is when we're actually living in it. That's what I think.
I feel you.
And I don't know. Like I said, you lived in those. You actually like traveled and lived in those areas, so you have more input on this than I do. Like, what did it make you think about? Living in these places that did not have internet. Did not have access, but like you found out, and yet they were kind of coexisting between that and like. Did you feel like these people wanted to be elsewhere, or were they happy there?
No, it was like they were. It was an interesting realization that like everyone adapts, no matter what. Like everyone adapts. So even the like, I mean, I was at a section where it was nothing but like a tribe people in their huts, and then one of the huts had this satellite on it. I'm like, what's that? And they're like, oh, that's our market, and it's just a hut that you go inside, and the guy's got a fridge, and he had beer, and then he had
Hello, Pegasus
like a
Lifestyle
mini
Management.
TV.
How can I help
I'm like,
you?
what the fuck? And I'm like, we are literally in the middle of
Call again.
nowhere.
Goodbye.
How are you doing this? And it was like, oh my god, like it was just, you know, it was interesting to see like everyone had cell phones, and you're like, oh, I didn't really think about that. In a place where you don't think they would have it, they do. Like everyone adapts.
Oh yeah, I don't know, man. That whole, like, when I was reading the article, it just kind of hit me, and he goes on to say too, like a couple different things, because he's just kind of going on about here, you know, YouTube with projects and all that, and like they have, it looks like. So they're trying to. This kind of came from the idea that they're trying to adapt YouTube to more devices and everything, you know.
Yeah.
So, it's actually kind of lame. The guy really doesn't go into anything else. I don't know why. He just doesn't. So, like, if you want to go read the article, go for it, I guess. But there's really nothing. He opens with that and then just doesn't, and then ends the article with just saying that they want to just bring it to more devices so it's more accessible to people. But I just thought there was a more interesting story there with the 20%, the idea. Now, even if that 20% is a bloated number, which I really do think it is, because I think there's, I mean, it's either more or less, but I don't think we have an accurate reading really.
No.
But I mean, I don't know, man. It's just a lot of people that really don't have access, or don't go on YouTube, and it leads me. And because YouTube is such a common platform, and such a common place for people to watch videos, I just don't see it where once a month somebody wouldn't visit it if they had access to it.
Yeah.
You know. So this is why I was like, this is a good stat for people that kind of want to have an idea, I think, of you know, how many people do have access.
Yeah.
Because people that have access to internet is different than people who can use the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you can have access to internet, but it's so slow you can't even stream a video.
Exactly.
So that's why I like this stat a little more.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, this means that they're actually streaming a video and watching it. So.
Well,
Anyway,
it's interesting.
that's it, man.
A lot of people
Just,
that we're
yeah,
missing
just-
in the field, apparently.
It's just something
Yeah.
to think about. That's all it is.
I guess
Just wanted to mention.
you know, we're trying to get all the subscribers now. It's like now I can only get 1 point something billion people.
Oh, what a bummer.
Yeah, right. What a bummer. Fuck, man. I wanted the whole world.
Well, anyway, man.
But yeah,
All right. Well, that was my 2 cents on that.
fair.
Oh, fair. Thanks, bro.
I was gonna say fair enough, but I'm like that doesn't really make sense.
fair. Truly.
So I just
truly.
stuck with fair.
Yeah. Oh, these are really shiny. All right, guys. Well, if you have any comments on it, this is like more of a conversational thing. So just let us know.
Yeah. Do you YouTube?
l-
If so, like and subscribe to our channel, and
Boom.
comment on the page. Thank you.
Or thanks. You guys can always reach us at Xpression Player and email at expressionplayers@gmail.com.
Yeah.
And you guys have a good night.
Yep. Please and thank you.